Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and tonight, I walked outside to see this mysterious box sitting on my front porch. And I came to find out that some of Diamond Art Club's Cyber Monday mystery boxes have been shipping while not necessarily sending out shipping notifications. And so I thought that I was still waiting on mine to ship and was pleasantly surprised to see this here. So I thought, let's open this up together and I'll show you what came in my boxes. So just to give you a super quick info dump about this, for Cyber Monday this year, Diamond Art Club decided to mix it up, and was it at midnight? Like, they did a one release of mystery box number one that had, this is going to have two never before seen mystery box exclusive kits in it, and then one fan favorite, like kind of double, that has already been released. And I don't remember what the price point was off the top of my head. I was shopping fast because I was worried it was going to sell out. Funnily enough, this box looks like it is actually still available on the Diamond Art Club website as of the time of this filming. So anyway, this is part of the first mystery box release. And then the next morning, they did a second mystery box that I got one of. So I got two of mystery box number one of mystery box number two. Look, I had a lot of gift cards to use up. So Treasure Quest cards, they're just perfect timing for this. So I decided to grab two of these because there were so many different artist possibilities. Now look, Diamond Art Club decided to show up in the Black Friday countdown live stream that I was doing here with Lindsay here on my channel. And in that live stream, they told us straight up what artists were going to be included in these two boxes. And that's not something they normally do with these mystery boxes, but given that there were about 3 or 4 different artists in the mix that they shared, that I was like, those would be kits I would be really interested in seeing. That's why I decided to go ahead. I got two of this one, and the mystery box number two, I think, just comes with two never before seen kits and has a smaller pool of possibilities. So I was trying to be strategic. We'll see if I get lucky with the artists I'm really hoping for. I'll tell you what, though, the reason this is partially out of frame is because up there in that corner, there's not only a label with my shipping address, but there's also a label that I took a quick glance and then glanced away at it because I'm pretty sure it actually just straight up lists the names of the kits that I got for my mystery boxes. So I looked away really fast. We'll see what ends up actually being in here. But yeah, this feels like it's kind of a big and heavy box. Like, it almost seems like there could be more than 6 kits in here. I did get some kits for Black Friday. I guess it's technically possible that they could have combined and put some of those in the mix here. It's going to be a surprise. I didn't want to look closely, and I couldn't tell anything from the website. So we'll find out. I'm gonna like really carefully not look at the label as I come up here, and it goes without saying, by the way, that there are going to be spoilers for this, and there was a possibility of, I think, 4 different mystery kits that could be in these boxes too. So if there's actual mystery kits, not just kits that are a surprise, but kits that are a mystery what the image even is, then we'll also be looking at those and give you a spoiler warning shot. Okay, so let's open this up. Truly no idea what we're gonna see. So a whole lot of bubble wrap. That's what we're seeing very first. Okay. It looks like on top, I think these are both already released kits. And I'm not gonna bother unboxing those. I'm just gonna throw that bubble wrap on the floor. I'm not gonna bother unboxing these. Let me see. Okay, and then there's 1, 2, yeah, there's just 6 kits in here. So I think these are the 2 already released kits, and yeah, I'm not going to bother unboxing these. And I don't think I'm probably going to keep either of these, but I'll still show you anyway. So we have Raymond by Richard Lorenz. So Bird Lovers, this one already came out, right? I'm pretty sure it's got like the old style box and stuff. So there's that one. And then here is my first mystery kit, a landscape. How exciting. Here's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be a stinker. I'm going to keep us in suspense, and I'm going to move this off screen so we don't see what the box underneath this is. And I'm just going to pull this landscape out. I'm not going to look. And I'm going to hold on to the suspense here for us, okay? And we're going to open up this landscape kit together called Boundary Waters by James Meager. And I am still going to share this with you guys because we're going to see what this kit looks like. And my landscape fans, I want you to know if this is a kit that you're going to want to try to track down in D-stashes. So hold up. I'm just going to move this off to the side. Look, my kitchen table is only so big. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to kind of skim over the like Diamond Art Club kit features that otherwise I would normally kind of go all in on. Like, okay, here's what the what's in the toolkit, what's in all this and the other thing. But I do want to show you the canvas, show you the drill, show you the specials and stuff so you can see what you think of this one. So, okay. Boundary Waters. This one is big, like a lot of landscapes are, 104.8 by 69.9 centimeters. Square drills, like a lot of landscapes are. We've got 87 colors, including 3 ABs and 2 fairy dust diamonds. How to diamond paint. If you're new to the craft, I'll have some beginner videos linked below you can take a look at. Kit contents, we'll see all this in brief, and they do put the name of the kit down here at the bottom if you are like me and store all your canvases on top of each other and want to be able to easily tell what kits are without having to pull them all the way out. So let's take a peek at this one. And this is kind of how it goes with mystery boxes, right? Is it is a gamble. You really don't know what you're going to be getting. And so I knew that there were several landscape artists in the mix. So this is not a total surprise, but yeah, this will go in my D-stash pile, but no shade whatsoever. I appreciate that Diamond Art Club does have a nice variety of artists and whatnot. And I am crossing my fingers. Maybe some of the others will be a little bit more my taste. Not to be a total Debbie Downer. Toolkit. You guys know what's in here, right? Tray, pen, all that good stuff. And let's take a peek and see what the treasure quest card is that we got with this one. So, ooh, silver card. Yeah, silver card. Happy surprise. Bless you, husband. That's okay. Treasure quest cards are part of well, they're a cute collectible, and they're part of a secondary rewards program, which is how you get some of those gift cards I was mentioning earlier. They're all different ranks. This one is silver. By far the most common is bronze. And once you get various combinations of these, you can scratch off here for a redemption code and redeem for things like gift cards or a custom diamond painting. So just because mine came with silver doesn't necessarily mean that yours will. But bronze is really the most common, but it could also come with gold or black, which are even more rare. Okay, so here on the inside of this envelope, there are some handy tips and resources and whatnot. Join the VIP Facebook group for like up to date, like there's updates that get posted in there sometimes and stuff, and it's a good resource. And then they have a mobile app you can join, and they do 20% off your first mobile app purchase too. And there's that. And then let's look at this. You know what? This artwork really is absolutely beautiful. I genuinely wish that I enjoyed working on landscapes more. Like this is really, really beautiful artwork. And Diamond Art Club does a fantastic job of rendering landscapes, in my opinion. Here we've got a set of pre-cut sticker labels, 87 colors in this kit. It's pretty colorful. The DMC code in the right-hand column, and then our special drills are at the end. So Z is going to be fairy dust, AB is going to be ABs, and then 6,000s range colors, of which there are a bunch. Those are going to be colors that are not in the DMC, but that Diamond Art Club has used to fill gaps in the DMC color code system. There's some color families that are just a little bit lacking when it comes to DMC color code options, and so Diamond Art Club has, since they make all their diamonds in-house, they can go ahead and create colors. And that just lets them match the original artwork a lot more closely. Okay. Oh my gosh. Look at how good that looks even just from the printing on the canvas. That's always my first kind of gauge. That's a really pretty kit. Yeah, no, that looks really gorgeous. The colors, and I think it's sunset or sunrise. It's really stunning. That's a beautiful kit. So this is definitely, like I said, it's a bigger canvas, like a lot of landscapes will tend to be, but that means that really they end up looking very epic once completed. And this looks like it's going to be no exception when it comes to that. So we've got the usual suspects when it comes to Diamond Art Club's quality and what their kits have in terms of features. Just to give you a super snapshot glance, their canvas material is a nice thick canvas material that has a nice weight to it. They use a thick plastic cover and poured glue on their kits, and the plastic cover has perforated sections, so if you want to work within designated sections, you can. There's lines that show you where the edges of those are going to go. And then they do put licensing info down here. So again, this is called Boundary Waters, and it is by James A. Meager, and is from, looks like he licenses through maybe this licensing agency or house. So that means that this artist has both given permission for the use of this artwork by Diamond Art Club, possibly via this licensing agency, and is being compensated for it as well. So I appreciate that because I really want to support companies that are compensating artists for their work. And then your kits do come with a lifetime warranty, which does include things like if you were to run out of a drill color, you can contact customer support and they could take you from there if there's other issues. Got a little bear over here. Notice there's a few different animals in this one. As a lot of landscape pieces tend to be in outdoor pieces with, water and plants and whatnot, this looks like it's going to be a pretty confetti heavy canvas. Confetti is where you have lots of color changes in a small area like you can see here. Eagle's really pretty too. And so confetti tends to take a little bit longer to do because you're usually doing more single placing and changing the color out in your tray more often. The opposite of confetti is color blocking, which there is a very little bit of in the sky of this piece. So really good example is here, this big patch of white. That is color blocking. Color blocking is where you have, this is big, a little bit unwieldy, a block of colors sometimes like this, or even in these layers up here. So grab a multi-placer. That color is going to be in your tray for a bit longer, and it will go a bit faster. The nice payoff with confetti, though, is that you're going to get more details and often really nice color blending. I take out my measuring tape here. And so I am okay with a nice mix of both, but really confetti heavy canvases, I really have to kind of work myself up to because I know that they're going to take a lot longer to do. So let's take, I always like to do measurements just for posterity. We're true to size on this one, like we usually are. Let's take a look at our drill colors and see what our special drills are going to be for this one. We'll just pop this open. All right. There is our color spread. Yeah, lots of earth tones, blues, and then some greens and browns. And it looks like right up front we have our first special drill, which is a fairy dust color, Z3865. Now, fairy dust diamonds have a pearlescent kind of effect where it looks like someone just brushed a fine glitter coating on the tops of these diamonds. It's a subtle shimmery effect. It's not too in your face at all, but it still is going to add a nice little something to the painting. And it is my favorite kind of special drill that Diamond Art Club has, actually. I think it's a nice one. And then I am just going to need all the luck in the world to be able to get these diamonds all packed back up after we're done with this, because this is a big old roll of diamonds that I don't even know how they fit in there. Now, square drills from Diamond Art Club tend to be pretty solid in terms of quality. I don't tend to run into a lot of trash with their drills. Trash drills are ones that have maybe tabs sticking off the side or are inconsistent in size and shape, just having issues that otherwise make them difficult to diamond paint with. And square drills are fussier because they do sit up flush against each other on all sides. So if they're not consistent in size or shape, or if there's bits sticking off the side, it's a problem because there's not space for that and then they'll pop. Here's our next special drill. It's an AB 3755. We've got that iridescent coating on the top that is characteristic of ABs and is going to grab your eye and draw it to the areas that has been charted. These are roughly in order of weight as opposed to DMC order. And so it's useful if you kit up into storage containers with multiple sizes, you can kind of plan accordingly. But I tend to cut them all apart into their individual sections and then get them up in DMC order anyway. It just depends on what kind of kitting up mood I'm in, really. All right, I see our next special drill here is Z3326. We have a light pink fairy dust color, a little bit of shimmer there. And then, I don't know, maybe for the next kits I might skip specifically defining the special drills. I'm debating. When you see bigger unboxings like this, do you prefer skipping around? Now here's our next special drill. It's AB 972. It's light orange AB. And there's the end of that strand. All right, so our next AB is AB 3819. It's kind of a chartreuse colored AB. Got the iridescent coating again on it. I think we had maybe one more fairy dust. I don't remember how much of each we had off the top of my head, but we will find out together after we get through all 87 of these colors. Overall, Diamond Art Club has been upping their color counts, it seems like. We've had some kits that have come out with like 100 colors or even more. And it's really interesting to see sometimes how many colors they end up deciding to do with kits. So we're getting to the strand where these are the ones we just have more like small amounts of. And yeah, so we must have only had, that was, okay, 2 fairy dusts and 3 ABs. So give me just a quick sec to take a look at where these special drills go, and I will be right back and we'll cover where they're going to be found in this kit. Okay, so just as a really quick refresher, we had white fairy dust and pink fairy dust. Then we had kind of a chartreuse AB, a blue AB, and a light orange AB. So let's start kind of over in some of these corners. We'll kind of work our way through different parts of this canvas together. So down here, there's some of the light orange AB in these orange areas on this rock here. And then we have some of the kind of chartreuse, like light green AB down in here. This side of this tree, the white you see is our white fairy dust, so a little bit of shimmer facing towards either that's the rising or the setting sun, and it's on the sides of these trees as well, just a little bit extra shimmer. And then the sides of like this tree, there's some of the light orange AB, same with the sides of these trees and this rock. Make sure I'm still in frame. Yep. And then we start getting into some of that blue AB. There's a little bit of it in the blue shades here, but then the vast majority of that blue AB is going to be in the water over here. So it's all throughout these colors, and it's also, there's some line blocking of it down here in this area and a little bit over here as well. We have some of the white fairy dust kind of through here too, as well as a little bit just here and there of the orange AB. And we have some of the white fairy dust in the spray right here. And then moving up, we have a lot of special drills happening up here. So bear with me. I'm going to see if I can avoid missing too many. The white you see, well, really any white in this kit is the white fairy dust. We don't have a plain white color. So the white that you see in the reflection in the water here, and then up here in like the clouds and the sun, that's all going to be white fairy dust. And the white in the eagle is going to be white fairy dust. And then the orange on the top of the eagle's wings, that's orange AB. And then we have a bunch of that greenish chartreuse AB color, and it's a light green color you see all throughout the leaves of these trees, all through here, and some of the light green in these trees. We have some orange AB in the water. It's that light orange color you see. And then finally we get to see some of the pink fairy dust. It is this pink color in the sky, kind of this pretty haze. Is this light pink color. That's where our light pink fairy dust is going to be. And then hopping over to last but not least, this top right corner, we have the white fairy dust along the sides of these tree trunks and some of the orange AB on the sides of some of these other tree trunks, including over here, and a bit of that light green kind of chartreuse AB and some of the light green shades of the leaves over here and a little bit in here too. And I think that's about it as far as special drills go. So one of those that we've really got a nice distribution of special drills in a lot of different areas, but water and sky is a really common place to see those fairy dust diamonds. And I do think that those are some nice placements of those, and I think gonna look really nice. So yeah, landscape lovers, Boundary Waters, this one is for you guys. So if you wouldn't mind, I promise I'm not going to peek in the box, but I am going to take a minute to pack this one back up because I, like I said, have limited table space, and then I'm going to bring the box over and we'll reveal the next kit together. All right, let's take a look. All right, so we are back with this box, and I am going to pull out the kit that is underneath this already seen kit of Ramon. And we'll see what this one is, okay? Let's take a peek together and find out. Seaside Daisies by Dakota Deitweiler. You know what? I love Dakota Deitweiler. Most for artwork. This is a beautiful landscape, but it is also another beach scene with, oh my gosh, look at these flowers. Look at that confetti. Okay, so this is also admittedly not really my style. That is okay. This is what happens with mystery boxes. We are still going to take a look at this, and I know that Dakota fans will hopefully be very, very happy to see this one included in the box. Like I said, some of Dakota's kits Yes, chef's kiss, right up my alley. And when I saw that Dakota was in this box, that was an artist, I was interested to see like, okay, what's going to be included? Is this one going to be my taste? And it's not, and that's really okay. So I am not going to dress it up, but I'm also not shading anyone or anything. I hope that that's really clear. This is all with all the love in the world. So really quick, 65 by 79.9 centimeters. So it's going to be a pretty good size. We're going to have square drills on this one as well. So this is my second of 2 square drill kits. 84 colors, super colorful, 3 ABs and 5 fairy dust. I bet with those flowers, I bet those are chock full of fairy dust. And with the sky too. I'll tell you what, Dakota Deitweiler is one of those artists that I actually really genuinely enjoy seeing her work, as in bring her pieces to life. She'll often share progress pictures or even do like videos and stuff of her working on these pieces. And I have so much respect for artists and the creativity that they have that I just don't have an ounce of in my body. So that Dakota could create a piece like this really is, I mean, that's admirable and impressive for sure. Toolkit, again, we're going to skip over this part. Let's see what our treasure quest card, because that at least is always fun to see. We got a bronze card, but gosh, that looks really pretty as a treasure quest card. We've got, bronze on this one. And then let's look at what our color spread is going to be. There's the original artwork. See, it's so beautiful. Like I would hang that in my home, but I don't know about working on it. So 84 colors. It looks like, okay, we've got our 5 fairy dust down here in our ABs. By the way, I've seen this, this threw me off at first too. So ecru is not a special drill type. This is actually, yes, a DMC code that they just never, for whatever reason, didn't give a code to this color, but it's basically it's undyed linen is the color. So it's an off-white, but it's not a special drill. It's just, that's what the DMC code calls it. And then we have some 6000s range colors too. So let's take a look at this canvas. See what we're working with. It definitely feels lighter than the other one. The other was such a big kit. And by comparison, this is much more, it's less heavy on the arms. So let's see. Oh my confetti, but oh man, it's like reminding me of like the flowers that like Van Gogh does. Honestly, like that, a really similar kind of soft effect. This is really pretty. This is really pretty, you guys. Yeah, man, look at all those pretty colors. Normally pale pastels, that is a whole vibe that I really do like. Let me show you up close. Let's see what we're working with here. Same features, by the way, same canvas material, same glue, same plastic cover and perforated sections. Also licensed, of course. Diamond Art Club has a lot of pieces by Dakota Deitweiler. There were actually several that came out on Black Friday, and some are probably maybe still in stock. So you could go and take a look at the website to see what other pieces by this artist they have. There's a mystery kit that I recently unboxed that is artwork that I was really excited about them releasing by this artist. It was actual true mystery, like black and white printing on the canvas. Well, other shades too. But the idea being that you don't necessarily know what the image is unless you've like tried to decipher and Sherlock your way through and figuring out ahead of time. But I feel like Diamond Art Club does also do a nice job of rendering this artist's work. Where's my measuring tape? There it is. In diamond painting form. And I'm always going to suggest, if you're wanting to get an idea for, am I going to like how this turns out? I would suggest going to Diamond Art Club's website and searching by artist. So look up Dakota Deitweiler and go into the reviews of some of those pieces, especially the ones that have been out for a little bit, and take a look and see. Sorry, apparently I really bumped my camera earlier. Just fix that a little bit. And take a look and see some of the finished photos that people will often share in those reviews. And that'll give you an idea for, okay, how does this artist's work look as a diamond painting? So let's take a look at our diamonds. There is a sticker, by the way, that tells you what kit these go with in case you were curious. right, there's our color spread. Yeah, just really pretty muted pastels. So here's our first special draw right off the bat. Z543, we have a light brown fairy dust, almost an ivory, kind of like, yeah, beige really, I guess. And got that subtle shimmery coating on the tops of those. I also wanted to point out here is that ecru color, and you can see there's not a special coating on these. It's just that off-white color that is in the DMC listed that way. Our next fairy dust, which we had, what, 5? This is Z3865. It's that white fairy dust color like we had in the last kit. And then more, like lots of shades of blues right off the bat here and greens. And earth tones. That's the name of the game for this one, it seems to be, is pastels and earth tones. All right. And again, these are in order roughly of weight as opposed to DMC order. I just see people point this out sometimes, which is why, as a point of confusion, which is why I tend to mention it. Another very colorful kit. Just to see if we can zoom through and find our special drills while still giving you a sense for what colors are in this kit. And no more special drills as of yet. I'm a little surprised. We'll see what we've got here as we keep getting into these. And I see our first AB. We have AB 211, this really pretty light lavender AB. That super sparkly iridescent coating, of course. And I'll just keep you zoomed in because we've got to be getting to some of these others shortly. We have a lavender fairy dust color, Z210. I really like the fairy dust coating on those. It's really, really glittery. And there's the end of this strand. And we have just one more strand. Let's see what we're working with in terms of our other special drills. Okay, it's back to back. We have a pink fairy dust color, Z3688. And then we have this light green, AB3819. And then I think this is our last special drill. No, we have one more after this. We have AB807. That's our last AB color. And then our last fairy dust color is Z720 here at the end. It's kind of an orangish brown. So given the amount of confetti on this kit, I'm definitely going to need a moment to find where these special drills go. So it'll be just a click for you guys, but I'll be right back. Alrighty, so a lot of these special drills are just sprinkled in the midst of these flowers. And I'm going to do my best to give you a good sense for where those exactly are going to be. So first things first, I think this is the same as the last kit where any true white colors you see in this kit, a la the sun and the reflection on the water of the light, all that white color is going to be our white fairy dust. There's not like a plain white non-special drill colors. The white you see sprinkled in these flowers as well as white fairy dust. Same down here. And then we had that orangish brown fairy dust that there was just the tiniest bag of. And this does stand out, at least to my eye. I'll bring it up closer to show you, but there's just sprinkles of it in the centers of some of these flowers. So it's this bright orange color. There's like 2 of them in the center of this flower, 2 in the center of this flower, this flower, this flower. And it's just in a handful of flowers in here. There's like 1 dot of it here, 1 dot of it there. So that one there really wasn't a ton of. It's just like, okay, there's a couple here and here and, 1 or 2 over here. So not a ton of that one. And then we had our light pink fairy dust, which also there was not a ton of, but it's sprinkled in some of these light pink flower areas. There's a little bit here, here, here. There wasn't a ton, so I'm trying to see. Okay, there's like a little bit in some of these pink areas, a few in these pink areas. Yeah, just sprinkles and so many different pink spots in these flowers. So that pink fairy dust is just going to be several areas throughout there. Now, the purple fairy dust and the purple AB, which were both kind of lighter shades, a lot of those are side by side. So these purple flowers down here These two have both of those special drills side by side. It's also in these purple flowers there, the lavender fairy dust and the lavender AB. It's also in some of these, I just saw it and then it just left my brain. It left my eyes right here. There's like one each of those two purple colors. There's some of that purple here and here. There's some purple right there. And I'm sure somewhere in here that I'm missing. So, but you're often going to see those two special drills next to each other, though not always. Just over here is just the purple fairy dust. I don't see the purple AB. Same in this flower, but you kind of get the idea. There's also some of the, oh, no, that's not it. It just looked similar for a moment, but it's not. Never mind. Okay, next up we had that, which should we go to next? The light, or that blue AB, which there was not a ton of. The blue AB is in some of these bright blue colors down here. It specifically is this blue triangle. Right above my finger in that area. So it's a more vibrant blue than a lot of the other blues that are in this piece. So I just see it sprinkled in these flowers here and some of these bright blues here. There's some bright blues here and here that have that color. I don't really see any down here, but there wasn't a ton of that special drill, just a little bit. So that might be it for that one. Then we have the green AB. That one, you guys, that one was hard. It's a find, quite honestly. There's sprinkles of it in some of these areas that almost look yellowish in camera. So there's sprinkles of, this is the really light green AB. In some of these areas, I see sprinkles of it. Well, actually a lot of it all through like the centers of some of these flowers and the shades of yellowish green. There's some right here. There's a little bit. And it goes on up through here too. Make sure we don't have glare. And then finally, we have the beige fairy dust, which we had a pretty sizable bag of that particular special drill. And that you're going to find kind of laced throughout the flowers here. Some of those like neutral colors. There's a little bit of it in some of these neutral colors, kind of going along the shoreline. There's a bit of it in here as well going on up. And then there's also that beige fairy dust. There's lines of it in the water. So there's like a line of it here, line of it there. Some lines of it over here. So a little bit of extra shimmer to the water will be nice, along with, again, the white fairy dust. And then, so the white fairy dust and the beige fairy dust. And then there's a little bit also of the lavender fairy dust. Oh no, it's lavender AB actually, I'm sorry. Some of the lavender AB in here, along with some of the lavender fairy dust. So the water is going to have a nice shimmer to it. There's several lines of the lavender fairy dust over here. That's going to be really pretty. And then as we get into this top part, there's not nearly as much variety as down on the bottom, of course. But we do have a big patch of white fairy dust right here, and then some pretty big patches of the beige fairy dust, like this area right here, this area, and this area. You're going to be color blocking, actually, that particular fairy dust color. But I think I do see some of, I didn't notice this at first, but there's some of the straggler blue AB sprinkled in these bright blue colors just up here in the branches. But yeah, that's the special drills in this one. This one felt particularly unhinged because I almost truly came back and was like, the flowers. That's where 80% of these special drills are. And I hope that it was still somewhat helpful for me to kind of point out some examples of where they are. But honestly, it's all throughout these flowers. They're all going to have lots of extra sparkle and shimmer that I think are just going to give it a little bit of dimension and depth that I think will work really well with this painting. So this was exclusive number 2 out of the 4 surprise exclusive in this box. So you could say this is maybe this is one of the boxes along with one of the already seen kits. So we still have 2 more surprises to go. And I'm really curious to see what those are going to be. But before we get to those, I got to roll and pack this one back up. So I will be back in a moment with this all cleaned up, and we'll take a look at our next surprise together. All right, we're halfway there. I want to sing the song, but copyright and stuff on YouTube, I don't know. But you know the one. We're halfway there. We're living on a prayer. Prayer for maybe some kits that are more my taste, right? Okay, let's open. I hear my husband laughing over there. I'm like, I never know when he has headphones on or not. It's fine. We're going to open and move this and grab the next one. And I'm going to try. I'm going to look away. And I'm not going to know what the kit is under this one, just to preserve the suspense as long as possible. So, mystery kit number 3, the exclusive is, I'm still not looking, is Mystery Kit Animals Pets by Steve Reed. Okay, so we have one of the mystery kits, of which there were 4 in the mix according to the listing. So mystery kits, this is like a mystery kit and a mystery box. We have mysteryception going on here. This kit, we don't know what the image is, but I am going to show you the canvas and we'll see. Maybe we'll be able to tell something about it and see what the image is. Now with mystery kits, there are some mystery Diamond Art Club mystery Facebook groups out there where these folks are sleuths, they're Sherlocks. They are going to be able to look at like the tiniest corner of this canvas and be able to figure out what this image is. So I will have those linked below if you want to go and take a look and see if you want to figure out what this image is. If you're going to try to hunt it down in a D-stash, you can. So what we're looking at here is 97.8 by 69.9 centimeters. This is going to have square drills like all mystery kits do because, as you're going to see, the canvas is not going to match the actual drill colors to help preserve the mystery. So we need square drills to cover up those symbols to preserve the mystery. Now this is going to have 61 colors, including 3 ABs and 4 fairy dust. Let's pop this open and see what we can see. Now, honestly, not normally my genre and artist type, but every once in a while, there's a particular mystery by, was it Kaomi Harai, that I still am intending to maybe track down at some point because it, I think, had an animals themed, which is not normally something I would grab. But then I saw a picture of this one completed and I was like, oh, shoot, I'm going to need that one. So we'll see what this one is. I don't think, I've managed to avoid spoilers. So I genuinely don't know what this image is or what it end up being, but we will take a look. Now, toolkit, we're not going through that. Here we go. Let's see what our color spread looks like. And our treasure quest card, of course, looks like another oh, wait. Yeah, that's bronze. I was for a second, I was like, it almost looks gold. Nope, it's a bronze. And it's obviously not going to have the original artwork on it. It's going to keep the mystery for you here. And as is this, we have the same mystery going on here. Now, our symbols are going to be in black and white because this is part of keeping the mystery for you. And I'll kind of explain how this works when we're looking at the canvas. But here's our special drills at the end. We don't know exactly what colors those are going to be, though. 5200 is white. 666 is red. These, I think that might be a shade of orange. I can't remember. But you could Google these if you want, or you could just wait until we're looking at the diamonds together and we'll see. But do you guys feel like you have some DMC codes memorized at this point? Are you a seasoned diamond painter and you're like, oh no, I've got all these different codes in my head? I have like a dozen, I feel like, that I might recognize. Like 550 is a nice like royal purple. Obviously 310 is black, 3865. Anyway, whatever. Here's a little blurb that Diamond Art Club puts in with their mystery kits that just has to do with mystery kit etiquette. So if you're posting these on social media, it's a nice thing to do to put it behind some kind of spoiler warning or spoiler slide. And they also don't allow any spoilers of mysteries in their VIP Facebook group. So if you want to share about these, I suggest checking out the Diamond Art Club mystery. There's a couple of different Facebook groups for it. So I'd point you in the direction of those. So for those of you that really don't want spoilers for this exact mystery kit, I'd invite you to skip ahead so you can see what kit number 4 is going to be, but I am going to be spoiling this one for you guys. I'm going to unroll it and we're going to see what we see. So, fair warning. Okay, let's unroll it and take a look. I feel like if I squint, maybe there's some things I can kind of make out, but for the most part, no. This looks like maybe, I'm going to speculate here, okay? This looks like it's maybe, I'm trying to remember if I did have a friend show this image to me and I just don't even remember it. But it looks like we've got like a room scene. I feel like I'm seeing some like frames and stuff on the walls maybe. yeah, there's like some shapes. This looks like it's a room, but I'm not seeing, no animals are jumping out at me. But if you're really wanting to preserve the mystery, this is actually exactly what you want to have happening. So let me show you up close how they do their mystery kits, which yes, this is licensed too, is they disguise them by doing different color backgrounds on these. So this particular, like this symbol right here, the swirl, it's really got to put this. I always struggle to explain this. There's lots of different color backgrounds. There's a light blue, a dark blue, a pink, and an orange. And those are not 5 different symbols or 4 different symbols. That is actually all just one symbol. You're only looking at that swirl. When you're looking at your sticker labels or looking at the legend on the side of the canvas, you'll notice that there's no background colors. It's just in black and white. So all of those are going to be represented by, where is it? Like, where is that swirl symbol? Right there. It's going to be this one. So the idea is, I think, twofold. I think it's to disguise the image itself more easily, because if they were all strictly in just black and white, which the first several original mystery kits from Diamond Art Club were in just black and white. I'll have some post reviews linked below if you want to see what those look like. It was a lot easier, like even easier than this, to make out patterns in the image and really be able to tell virtually exactly what it was. It also, at least for me, and I know for some others, was more prone to triggering migraines and headaches. So that was something else that I would run into with the black and white symbols. And so when they made this change, I haven't actually worked on a mystery kit yet with this updated drill field with the different colors. I would like to, because I'm interested to see if I have a better experience with it in terms of headaches. So that I think is kind of the twofold purpose with these. So as far as, I mean, I'll give you kind of a little bit of a look up close, but I don't know how much you'll really be able to make out up close versus far away. But if you're curious, you can see some different parts of this image, or the mystery parts of this image. And yeah, I might go look this one up in the mystery group and see if they've figured out what this is yet. Otherwise, I'll go look up the artist and maybe do some digging and see. This one, yeah, animals, pets specifically. So it doesn't specify like cats or dogs or birds or whatever other kinds of pets you could do, snakes. I don't know. I wonder if it's multiple different kinds of animals or just like one in particular. I don't know. I'm really curious. Like that almost looks like a bird shape over there. I don't know. Okay, let's take a look though at our drill colors. Oh, there's some pretty colors in there. See some special drills and some vibrant colors in the mix. Okay, let's look. Okay. There's our color spread. Lots of browns. I wonder if that's on like the, what looks like the walls. So the thing with mystery kits is that I'm really not going to be able to easily show you where the special drills go because I don't know what the image is. So I wouldn't even know what I'd be pointing out to you. And also because it's really, really hard to find specific symbols in the midst of this style of background. But even still, here's one of our special drills, AB5200. We've got that iridescent coating. This is like a classic. You'll see a lot of this one, or 3865 in Diamond Art Club kits because it's like an old reliable. And then we've got, oh no, I thought that was a fairy dust at first. It's not. I think we've basically exclusively had ABs and fairy dust in these kits so far. I wonder if kit number 4 is going to have any of their other kinds of special drills. They've got a handful of others. They have iridescent, electro, and frosted. And then occasionally you'll see them use glow in the dark, though that's pretty rare. Or they'll sometimes have special shaped diamonds that are like oversized or something. That is a neon yellow Z445. That is one of our fairy dust colors in this kit. That shimmery effect. I'm really curious where that one goes. Very vibrant. Yeah, one of these days I'm really going to need to work on one of these newer styles of mysteries. Here's our next fairy dust color, Z470. You can really see the glitter coating on those. And then we've got Z722. That is an orange shade. I was at least not totally off base with that one. It's like, I feel like the 720s, there's some orange shades in there. And then We have a green AB. So we have the green fairy dust. Now we have a green AB. That might be the end of it. Yeah, these are some, oh no, we have another AB here. Cherry red, AB 666. And Z893, we have a fairy dust pink color. These colors here at the end are so vibrant. I'm so intrigued. It makes me think like tropical birds or something like that. I truly have no idea, and I'm not familiar enough with this artist's work to even truly hazard a guess, but I wonder if this is one of those like, does Steve Reed, does he do like more of like the kind of almost collage style pieces? I am curious. I don't know. I'm going to go take a look and see. But like I said, I can't really walk you through where these special drills go because I don't know. I truly don't even know looking at this what this image is. And so I'll just call it a delightful surprise. If when you go to work on this one, you're going to get to see it gradually revealed to you as you go. But anyway, this was kit number 3 of 4 surprise kits in this set of this box, this shipment. So I'm going to go ahead and pack this one up as well. And then we have one more surprise to go. Is this going to be the one that's more my style? I'm just going to cross my fingers, send some luck back into the past for past Katie, and we'll see. So, all right, I'll be right back. All right, dear friends, we are down to my last surprise in this box. So we are going to see if this is the one. And if not, that is what it is. So let's go ahead and pull this last one out and see what we're working with. All right. Ooh, okay. Yes. All right. Here we go. This is more like it. All right. So we have another mystery kit. This one is by Yasu Art Studio. This is one of the artists that I was most interested in when I saw the artist that Diamond Art Club mentioned we're going to be in these mystery boxes. So there we go. Save the best for last. I'm here for it. Let's see if we can get a sense for maybe what this mystery kit is. Most of this artist's work is my style. Not all, but we're going to see what we can find out. Okay, yeah, this is a nice way to end things off. So 65 by 91.8 centimeters on this one, 67 colors. We do have a frosted diamond in this one. Nice. And 2 ABs and 3 fairy dust. And we're going to open this up. This is mystery kit number 97, by the way. I didn't look at the other one, but the mystery kits actually do have different numbers. Actually, the other one's sitting right here. The Steve Reed one, this one was mystery number 100. Mystery number 100, if you were curious. So, all right, let's open this one up. There have been a couple of kits by this artist that were in voting around the same time as some of the Black Friday releases that I have been hoping would make it through and maybe see a release. So there's the possibility that this is one of those. I would be delighted. And even if it's not, I just am so happy to see, okay, fantasy magic. This is my genre. This is my wheelhouse. Like this is what I'm here for. So I'll count this one as a win. Even though I haven't seen the artwork yet. I'm feeling better about it. Toolkit, you know the deal at this point. Let's see. We have the same blurb from Diamond Art Club insert they put in about their mystery kits. Let's see what we have Treasure Quest card-wise. Looks like another bronze, which is fine. It's fine. Like I said, the majority of Treasure Quest cards you're going to get are going to be bronze. Like 95% of what I have are bronze. Again, preserving the mystery, but typically the colors that you see here are representative of the color scheme of the original artwork, so that can give you some hints. But again, we have black and white symbols here, 67 colors in total, and we'll look at all these special drills at least and see what we're working with. So, oops, klutzy, it's time for me to go to bed. Let's open this up and take a peek. And cross our fingers while we're at it. This end. All right, so spoiler alert, if you don't want to see this image. Here, I forgot to do this on the last one, but I'll show you the drills at least. So here's our color spread. Ooh, that's really pretty. I see some pretty special drills in the mix there too. Just lots of blues and browns, so like mysterious magic. All right, and then final spoiler alert for this one. If you don't want to see it, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great day. The rest of you, let's take a look Okay. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna speculate as we go. Is this a broom or a staff? This looks a little bit like maybe a witch's hat. No? And ooh, is this one of her reflection pieces? Okay, Yasuart has I bet it is. This looks kind of like a pool of water to me. I bet this is. I don't know that I know this one off the top of my head, but I have a huge soft spot for this style of piece that Yasuart does, where it's really interesting. One of my favorite pieces from her is Night Portal, and does the same idea, where it's someone that's kneeling at the edge of a pool of water of some kind, and there's often something about their reflection that is different about them, and it's just really interesting from like an art perspective, and I really enjoy it a lot. So I think that's probably what this is. It looks like maybe she is either like, I think this looks like it's a witch. Oh wait, is this a hat? Looks like she's either pouring or stirring something into this water. That is my best guess for this image. I'm sure that is plenty enough for, if the mystery groups haven't already seen this elsewhere and figured it out, this has got to be enough, I would think, for them to determine what we're looking at here. So same deal with the canvas as far as, we've got some color blocking down here. Okay. Different colors of symbol backgrounds, but this is all going to be, like, this is color blocked. This is all going to be the same symbol. So multi-place your little heart out. Let's see about these drill colors and what special drills we're looking at. I would guess that if we have some of these blues, that's going to be in this water. I wonder if we're going to have like a blue frosted diamond in the water, maybe. All right. So take a look at these 939. Got this nice dark blue color. Really rich dark colors. You know, this year in general has been a year where I found myself surprisingly enjoying working with darker color schemes in a way that I haven't in years past. And so I don't necessarily see a dark set of colors like this and immediately think, oh, I'm gonna really not enjoy working on that one as much, or it's gonna be like too dark or too depressing to work on. No, I found myself really enjoying them instead. So here's our first special drill. We've got AB 3846, this really vibrant blue special drill color. Like the last kit, I'm going to have a hard time telling where these special drills go, but hopefully we can still get an overall sense for what kinds of enhancements we're going to get to see in this kit. We have our brown AB, which we saw earlier too. It's a light brown AB 436. And I see Fairy Dust Z3766. We have that subtle shimmery pearlescent sheen on those. And I'm really curious about the frosted diamond to see what color that's going to be. Here we've got this light yellow Z744. Super pale yellow fairy dust color, subtle shimmer. The darker fairy dust colors, typically the fairy dust coating is more apparent, like it shows up a little bit more obviously, but I mean, you'll still see it no matter what, but the lighter colors, it does seem a bit more subtle. Ooh, okay, so this is a frosted diamond color I haven't seen before, M3078. Frosted diamonds have a matte finish and they don't have a faceted top. It's like a dome on the top. So we have this really pretty light yellow frosted diamond color that's going to have the effect of frosted glass. And I really, really like this special drill a lot. I think it's so pretty. And I'm really curious to see where it's going to end up being in this kit. Though I just not knowing the image, it's hard saying. We have this really pretty green Z98 fairy dust color. Like I said, these darker colors, you can see the fairy dust coating a little bit more easily, especially with this lighting. And I think we might have gotten through all of our special drills. We just have one more little strand down here that I don't think I see any special drills down here, but let's take a quick look. Yeah, nope, just more blues and browns. So yeah, overall a darker color scheme, but I like the special drills we're seeing and really curious to see where they end up going. So that is mystery number 97 from Yasu Art Studio and is the category Fantasy Magic. Now don't go anywhere. I'm just going to pack this up real quick and chat with you a little bit about mystery boxes and kind of my overall thoughts here now getting through all these. All right, so let's chat just real briefly about mystery boxes. So they are, of course, a gamble. You really don't know what you're going to get. What you do know that you're going to get is, well, whatever they tell you, which in this case they had said it was for each of these mystery boxes, you were getting 2 never-before-seen kits that were exclusive to the box and 1 fan favorite or just one that was, they already had in stock that has been previously released. Something new that they did with this particular set of releases, this was Cyber Monday mystery box number 1. And with Cyber Monday mystery box number 2, is they had said if you get more than 1, we have it set up now so that you're not going to get any duplicates. And that kind of caught my attention. And knowing that there were a handful of artists I was particularly interested in, I thought, well, I have these gift cards to use. I'm going to grab 2 of the first box, which had a bigger pool of artists for the exclusives, and 1 of box number 2, and if nothing else, hopefully I'll get some kits that I could potentially trade if I don't get my must-have artists. So I'm not going to mention those other artists by name just yet, just in case you didn't see them and wanted to be surprised, even from Diamond Art Club's hints. But I will say that there was one in particular that I was really, really hoping for. And I'm crossing my fingers might come in my Cyber Monday mystery box number 2, which hasn't, well, maybe it's shipped. I don't know. This one I didn't get a shipping notification on. It just magically arrived at my doorstep. So yes, this is 2 of mystery box number 1. And these were the exclusives and these were the repeats. So honestly, for me, 5 out of 6 of these are going into the de-stash pile or the trade fodder pile. It's going to depend on what I get in mystery box number 2 and what some of the others are out there, because I think that not necessarily all of the exclusives, just my impression is that not all of them have been discovered or been delivered yet. There have been some shipping delays at the warehouse, and so it is very likely that some of them haven't even gone out yet. So I'll be really curious to see. I'll be happy spoiling them for myself as far as other kits that come in mystery box number 1, but eagerly going to be waiting to see what comes in mystery box number 2 from the second Cyber Monday release. So anyway, you guys, I will have some de-stash groups linked below if you're wanting to try to hunt down any of these mystery box kits for yourself. As far as if you feel like this is worth it, it's gotta be just up to you. You end up paying a lot less per kit. I want to say after the Cyber Monday discount that this shook out to, I'm going to misspeak. I want to say it was $40 or $50 per kit, which is a really, really good deal for the size of kit that you're getting. And so whatever it was significantly less than retail. So you're getting the value in terms of what the actual retail cost of the kit would otherwise be, but it's a gamble. And I want you to be sticking to your budget, spending responsibly. So it's up to you to decide if this is something that you feel like you want to and can spend on. Like I said, my hope is that at least some of these will work as maybe ones I could trade with friends if they get kits that they don't want but I want, or can even just de-stash to people that were hoping to get these. And if I do that, it'll be in Facebook groups or possibly my Patreon, just because it's easier to do this with smaller groups and stuff. But just don't leave any comments or DMs at the moment, just because I'm going to try to find a fair way to do it if I do de-stash these. But yeah, sometimes I love mystery boxes. Sometimes I have a lackluster response to them. And luck of the draw means that 5 out of 6 of these just weren't my taste. That doesn't mean they're not beautiful artwork and they're not someone else's taste, but they're not mine, and that is what it is. So will I still buy other mystery boxes? Yeah, because I love showing them. And I often, especially if I know what the artists are going to be, which that was the first time they really did that with this release, then it's I know what I'm taking a chance on. So that helps. But anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see my other diamond painting videos that I have coming out, including whenever mystery box number 2 does show up, and any other future diamond painting videos. I do unboxings and reviews from a variety of different companies here on my channel, along with weekly whip and chats if you want some company while you're crafting on Monday mornings. And I also do other diamond painting related stuff. I have some fun ideas in the works for the end of this year and as we're kicking off 2026 as well. And I'd Love to have you here. So either way though, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have a great holiday season. Have a day and a week that's as wonderful as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.